The makeTagGUI utility method receives two arguments, the tag that we're going to place on a tag button and the index at which we would like to place this new row of buttons. So whenever we call makeTagGUI, we're going to create one row of buttons in the scrollable table layout that we demonstrated to you in the graphical user interface. Now, here is how we're going to create the row of buttons by using a layout XML file. We certainly could programmatically create everything right here, but it's really much easier to build your graphical user interface in XML, and if you have parts that are displayed dynamically, to load those as you need them. And in order to do that, you need a layout inflator. And it turns out there's a service, the layout inflator service, that is already defined for you. All you have to do is get a reference to it by calling the inherited getSystemService method with the constant context.layoutInflator service. That gives you back a layout inflator. You assign it to your own variable, and then you can use it in your code. So here at line 107, we're assigning to the local variable newTagView, which is a view reference, a view variable, the result of inflator.inflate. So this inflate method on the layout inflator object is going to load up the specified XML file and create that graphical user interface component or set of components for you. Now the first argument to the inflate method is the ID, the r.layout.id value, newTagView, that represents the XML file we wish to inflate. And optionally you can provide a second argument, which is the parent that the view will have, and we're actually doing that programmatically down below, so we specified null here in this example. Now at lines 110 through 113 we get a reference to the button inside of this inflated view, which remember is actually a table row. So we find the view by ID newTagButton, and just as a reminder, if I go to the XML for newTagView, you can see that it has two buttons, one with the ID newTagButton and one with the ID newEditButton. So we're now getting references to those and configuring them. In the case of the tag button, we want to set its text to the tag that was provided as an argument. That's what's going to display on the button on the user interface, and we set its listener to query button listener. Then at line 116 and 17 we get a reference to the new edit button, and at line 118 we set its on-click listener to edit button listener, and we'll look at those listener definitions in a subsequent video. And then finally we tell the query table layout to add this view called newTagView, which is what we inflated back at line 107, at the specified index in the table layout. So remember, when we call makeTagGUI, we specify what row is going to be represented, and we do that via this index parameter. So that's why when we sort the buttons names, the tags if you will, we need to know when we're creating a new tag where that tag should appear alphabetically. So we used the binary search method up above to locate that string position. So here at line 73 you can see the arrays.binary search call, and the result of this call is the index at which the new tag button row should be placed into the set of existing buttons, or again, we're in refresh buttons here, at line 78 and 79 we simply specify the indexes as increasing values as we create all of the buttons from scratch when the app first loads.